Did you drive at the very start?
Nope.
Go on then. This is a question that comes up again and again.
So, do drive, please, because it will make your life a lot easier.
We coached Coco through driving.
This is a whole big thing. I did pass eventually after 4 tests.
You stopped asking.
The job last year on Fuse, I got really lucky because Andy, who was on the job as well, he was staying near where I lived, so luckily he was, amazing. He taught me barbering at Trainee MUAs as well, and he would take me in every day practically, which was amazing.
So he's a graduate from here as well, from many years back.
Yeah, with Fuse we were lucky. There were lots of central London bits, so I could get the tube, buses and things like that, but then obviously there were bits that were further. It was amazing having Andy because he'd literally come and get me in the morning, and I was doing driving tests at the same time and failing them, but passed eventually. I also was really lucky because sometimes my parents, I broke them into sitting in the car with me at 3 in the morning, and I'd drive to work and then they'd drive home, so that was also useful. I got really lucky with the fact that Andy would take me in on that, but I think in general there's so many locations. It's also the hours, so lots of the hours of buses and the trains aren't running and everything, and it's unpredictable and everything, so I think driving is like the most important thing you can do, and it's honestly the best thing I've ever done because I love driving as well.
And then when you first started driving, when you first passed your test, the first couple of months are quite hairy because obviously you have to work out, you just started driving, you're suddenly getting somewhere in the middle of the night, where to drive and everything. It is daunting. I'm very aware that it is incredibly daunting for those of you that don't drive to sort of suddenly think, oh God, I've got to drive and part this flipping lump of iron.
It's scary at first, but I think it was the best thing that I passed, and then I had a job, and it was like baptism by fire because I just had to get into it and drive immediately. And I mean, the first day on one job I had to drive from like London to Reading and to Oxford that night, and it was the heaviest fog. It was called Anne Sons in January, and it was the first day. It was Tara McDonald's job. I told her on that first day, I was like, oh, I just passed my driving test. She was like, oh God, because it was just fog everywhere, and we all had to drive up to Oxford from Reading, and literally everyone was like, this is the worst fog I've ever seen in my life. But I just did it. And I think lots of people get driving anxiety when they pass their test and they just don't drive that much on their own. They get kind of scared, and it takes them a long time to get into it. And I think the fact that I just had to do it,
I think just sort of plan your route and just sort of go, okay, there's a service station on the M4, I'm going to pull into that one and just take a breather and just reassess, and just don't let your anxiety kind of take over.
Yeah, and I think if your team knows as well, every team that I've worked with that knows that I'm new to driving have been so lovely about it, and they say, if you're running late or whatever, don't speed, just make sure you're okay, and they also know that you've just passed.